Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video, we are going to cover Kaspa, its recent price action, couple of interesting news that are actually happening for Kaspa, and of course on the top of that we are going to cover BTC, recent news if it comes to BTC, and we are going to cover BTC's charts, and of course we are going to have a look at altcoin charts as well in order to understand of what we can expect from Kaspa in coming, let's say, days and weeks. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Kaspa itself. So Kaspa is currently trading at 11 cents and is currently experiencing a little leg up of 5.4% towards the upside, and market cap is currently sitting at 2.6 billion USD. 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 33.9, well, almost 34 million USD. So now if we are going to look at the bubbles, we are experiencing that, bigger recovery as Bitcoin saw some inflows, but we are going to look at that just in a second. At the moment, one of the biggest winners are actually meme coins, so that is very funny. And now guys, meet NBX speakers. So we are thrilled to announce that Kaspa Currency's original contributor, researcher and narrator, PhD candidate in quantum cryptography, Desai Shai, will speak at NBX Warsaw. So guys, I believe that is going to be big. And if we are going to look at their website, right, of course there is going to be a lot of people and a lot of speakers as well, but one interesting thing is that the partners of NBX are actually quite big, and one of them are Binance and Coinbase. So is that kind of a hidden message of what might happen in, let's say, coming weeks, months? But on the top of that, with KRC20 common, 10 BPS in June, then KRC721 smart contract, I bet a tier 1 exchange listing is coming too. And if we are going to look at that meetup, in which, well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you guys, but it's very high probable that these guys might be there too. And of course, they already know about Kaspa, they are just delaying that for, various reasons. But whatever, let's have a look at some Kaspa numbers. So the current reward for Kaspa is currently sitting at 117 Kaspas. Next reward is 110. Next reduction is scheduled in 1 day and 15 hours, and hash rate is currently sitting at 240 petahash per second. However, all-time highs, if it comes to hash rate, was sitting at 253. So guys, that is growing. Kaspa is becoming stronger and stronger, and looking at 10k holders, that is currently sitting at 200 new wallets ever since 1st of May. So accumulation is going constantly up, and looking at 100k wallets, that is 20 wallets up ever since 1st of May. And now let's finally have a look at the chart of Kaspa. So that is a 4-hourly time frame. So a good thing is that we have closed above that level of resistance, which now became our support of 10 cents. And at the moment, things are looking definitely better for Kaspa. However, one thing on the 4-hourly time frame is, if I'm going to draw that trend line, let's say like this, I would say that roughly here, if we are going to break that resistance, that is going to be definitely much more, bullish kind of indicator of, potentially further bullishness for Kaspa. But on the top of that, we are basically sitting in that range of resistance that belong to that, descending triangle. And on the top of that, we do have that short-term resistance at 11 cents. So once Kaspa is going to break through that region, and I believe that it might gonna occur at that time, when that is going to happen, then it's definitely going to be a bullish indicator of next leg up for Kaspa. At the moment, we are trading sideways, and that is a little bit boring, but these boring times are basically the best to purchase pretty much. And now if we are going to look at the standpoint of a rainbow chart for Kaspa, let me actually take out my drawings for a second. That is pretty much kind of like a resistance now, and once we are going to break through that region in general, as I was mentioning, that is going to be very bullish for Kaspa. And I believe after that, we could expect perhaps a next leg up. So let me actually switch it to the weekly time frame, and let me take my drawings for a second again. And now guys, as I was mentioning in the previous video, Kaspa actually dipped to that lower level of that rainbow only once before, and after that we saw such action for Kaspa. So we technically could see continuation into the rainbow in coming weeks and months. And of course, it could be too bearish as well. And that's because, you know, lots of bullish catalysts are happening for Kaspa and in general for crypto. So I believe that these are the times to buy the dip for Kaspa before it's too late. And now looking at inflows for BTC, that is a great news because we have a first green day and we are sitting at 378.3 million USD of inflows from ETFs as of yesterday, May the 3rd. And on the top of that, Hong Kong asset managers buy 112 worth of US Bitcoin ETFs. So guys, that is big. And also, defined benefit plans and other pension funds are only starting to talk to their investment committees about crypto assets, etc., etc. So bigger money is going to flow into crypto, you know, and that is great because we are already in crypto. We're already in BTC, we're already in Kaspa, other alts, etc. And that time, I believe, is beautiful. But anyways, shout out to Trader Taring Great. And now Bitcoin RSI has broken out on the 4-hourly time frame. This indicates the buying momentum has come to BTC. We are going to see BTC to break out the descending trend line soon. And now Bitcoin bull market is still on. Super trend indicator flipped a buy signal just 3 months ago, and it takes 19 months on average before BTC finds its cycle top. And many were already calling for the bear market. So guys, yes, that is really funny. You know, look at that, you know, indicator pretty much. Of course, you know, just one indicator is not going to determine of what is going on, but you know, if we are going to collect all of the information that I'm presenting you, hopefully in very easy way to understand, that is pretty much easy to figure out of what is happening, right? Like that signal, buy signal, actually flashed not that long ago. So, you know, as Titan of Crypto saying, you know, we have around 18 months. Shout out to El Crypto Prof. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. BTC has touched a trend line that has played an important role since the beginning of 2023. The thing will be sent higher. So first of all, let's have a look at the previous cycle for BTC, right? This is the time where we are roughly at the moment, right? So after that, we could expect, you know, some healthy bounce, and that is one weekly chart, guys. So please remember, okay, that your chart is going to look slightly different depending on your time frame that you have picked. And now shout out to CryptoCon. With a quick recovery, Bitcoin would still be on track for a cycle top by the end of this year, following a 2017-like trajectory. Both now and 2017 went slightly over all-time highs in March, but 2017 was already making new all-time highs by late April, early May. A longer correction around all-time highs can push the cycle top back, with most likely timeframes being mid or late 2025. To see our top late 2025 as normal, price would need to make a new all-time highs for 7 months or until after November 28 this year. So technically, we could see Bitcoin printing only green candles from now on. And this is something for people that were calling, you know, this a recent pullback and end of the cycle. So first of all, let's have a look at the previous cycle. How many corrections in that parabola actually we had, right? So basically after 19, 54%, 60%, 18 and 22% of pullbacks, then we had entered that parabola for BTC, like proper parabola. And why these pullbacks are happening? Obviously, this is meant to shake you out of your bags. So exactly the same thing is happening this cycle. And now we have experienced minus 23% pullback, which I believe is not that big of a deal because, you know, these things are happening in bull cycles as well. And now shout out to El Crypto Prof. I'm reading left and right that people have already given up. Very good sign. It was the same in previous cycles. So exactly, guys, when usually people are giving up, this is the time to pretty much be bullish on crypto. Meanwhile, BTC dominance has been in a bearish triangle for 7 years. Last month's candle closed as a shooting star. And guys, let's have a look at shooting stars. So that is pretty much, you know, a downtrend technically. And let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance. We've got a shooting star. As for now, this candle is red. So could this be the beginning of strong alt season? And also, if we are going to look at altcoins from the perspective of Wyckoff accumulation, we can see of what is happening. We have fully entered that phase E, in which we have pulled back, and after that we could expect parabola for alts. So everything is pointing out to one theory pretty much. And now if we are going to look at that beautiful chart that was created by the Scalping Pro, we can clearly see of what is happening. If we are going to compare the price action to the previous bull cycle on altcoins, we can see that we had that pullback after the exit of wyckoff accumulation bear cycle, however you want to call it. And after that, we had a huge parabola, right? So this is exactly the same thing that is brewing now for altcoins. So that would be kind of silly to sell our altcoins, my personal opinion. Now shout out to Willy Woo. Bitcoin is at 4.7 volt adoption. This is the same as January 1999 for internet adoption. You are still early, and that's backed by the best data available, and actually that is true, guys. So obviously internet, everybody is using internet right now, but back in the days 1999, it wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. But if we are going to compare it, pretty much Bitcoin is sitting at roughly that level of 1999. So we are still early in this revolution of crypto. And of course, we are going to make money this cycle. However, if we are going to look at longer term picture, this is the true revolution in the world, I believe. Ladies and gents, that's it I've got for today. I hope that you have enjoyed, and I wish you have a great day or evening, wherever you are in the world. Peace and love, crypto.